Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, it seems like another black man is about to be sued. And nobody is surprised. So let's listen together to hear what this lady has to say.
Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out on Mother's Day today, and I am just recovering from surgery. I am 5 weeks out from a full mommy makeover. I can't even lift boxes, but this man has his assistants and people coming to help kick us out today. And broke up with me on Mother's Day through text.
And my birthday's next weekend.
And her birthday's next weekend. And I leave to New York this week for all the Sports Illustrated press. When I tell you that I am absolutely unsure on how to even process my emotions, if y'all got lawyer recommendations, please send them, because, yeah, I know he has 2 girls being flown in today, and who knows how many plethora of girls he has. I've been nothing but supportive to this man, loved him till the end of the fucking world, but...
Okay, so she got kicked out of his house on Mother's Day with her daughter, who is not his daughter. So I guess she didn't see the red flags. Usually, when a relationship is coming to an end, you see the red flags. You know it's coming, but you might be in denial, or you might be trying to hold on when the other person is trying to move on. But it sounds like she was blindsided by the whole thing. I remember when these two got together a few years ago. That was during the heyday of the manosphere and the red pill types. And when these black men get with these white women, they start trying to lecture black women about what black women are doing wrong and what's so right about these white women, and what black women ought to do to try to attract and keep black men. And see, I don't know what they've got to say about this now, but this sounds like a situation that I wouldn't want to be in, and I wouldn't want anybody that I care anything about to be in a situation like this. These men are not stable, they're not loyal, and too many women seem to be just willing to come in and hang on to live in the mansion and maybe have some credit cards or access to some credit cards, living it up in somebody else's house. And you don't have your name on anything, your name is not on the mortgage. The guy doesn't have any real commitment to you. You're just there on a humble. And so now she says he's flying women in. She knows that he's flying women in. He's probably been flying women in all the time. But she's been turning a blind eye because she wants to stay there in the mansion and have the illusion of being in a relationship with a rapper. And we know that in the back of these women's minds is always the bank account. According to the internet, Lil Wayne is worth $170 million, which means he's probably worth more than that. That's just what they know about. So she knows he's worth a lot of money. So now she's not talking about trying to repair the relationship or trying to get him to go to counseling. She wants to know if anybody knows who a good lawyer is. And you can bet your bottom dollar somebody knows. She already knows who a good lawyer is. She already knows who she's going to call. She's been planning this. She's trying to make it seem like she didn't know, but she did know. You always know when you're in a relationship with somebody. These women seem to be thinking like, if worse comes to worse, I'm calling a lawyer. This is the risk that celebrities run when they get involved with people who don't have anything and who don't have anything to lose. You can't break up with them. You can't break up with them without it becoming a public and a legal affair. So this is a lesson. You really don't need to be dealing with people who don't have anything to lose, and you really don't need to be moving people into your house that you're not serious about, because now they think they're a wife. She's talking about a lawyer, but they weren't married. And maybe he decided that he didn't want to get married to her after all anyway. How do you go from moving in with somebody because you want to move in with them, and then the person not being loyal to you because you're not their wife? He's probably been doing enough to make her just want to leave on her own. But since she won't leave, he had to do like Tiger Woods. You got to leave home and then call back to the house and tell him to get out. It is so sad. People are just desperate. I mean, people will just do anything to keep from getting a job and going to work and taking care of themselves. So, anyway, I screenshot some of the comments of people responding to her video. Hoda K says, white bees get what they wanted. You venture out and you are left with a worthless man. Maybe you shouldn't have gone for the N word that doesn't give a you know what and would sell your child for drugs or the gang. Wow, she went hard. G says, lawyer recommendations for a breakup. You're not even a wife. That's my thing. He wasn't even married to you. You could have left at any point. And the fact that he wants out or he wants you out of his house, you're going to a lawyer? What do you want from a lawyer? He didn't make a commitment or sign a contract, I'm sure. Avani says, so if a man is physically assaulting you and then kick you out, that means you're safe now. Well, it doesn't sound like she wants to be saved. That sounds like she feels like she's been wronged because he put her out of his house on Mother's Day. And I guess this is just as good a day as any if you're not married to the person. Dre Anastasio says, this is the only time you will ever hear me say, let's hear his side. Because I feel like she had to have done something extremely shady for him to do this, and he hasn't had a history of any ex come out and speak badly about him that I can think of. This person makes a good point. Lil Wayne was married to Toya Johnson, and they have a daughter, and he has a son with Lauren London. And neither one of them has come out and said anything negative about him. So, what changed? You make the call. We have seen some serious episodes play out with these black men and their non black women. They are in the house and they don't want to leave. So, they'll do just about anything, I think, to stay in those houses where they don't have to work. And, I guess they have servants and cooks and maids and everything, and they don't want to leave. That's what it sounds like. And, that's why you need to try to get married to the man. At least you'll have some kind of legal hold on him. But what kind of legal hold do you have staying with somebody? I mean, it still reminds me of Tiger Woods. He kicked the woman out and she wanted $30 million. Ma'am, really? Tree says, as a mother, why would you put your daughter in that position? Lazy A should have made sure she had somewhere to lay her head in any circumstance. Hope you don't make that mistake again. That's right. You should always have somewhere to go if you're not married to the man. This just goes to show what freeloaders these women are. And she's talking about her daughter's birthday party next week or sometime. I mean, that's what's on your mind. This man has put you out of his house, and you're on a social media platform trying to shame him instead of looking for somewhere for you and your daughter to go. All this screams to me is that you overstayed your welcome. The reason I report on things like this is because it's vindication for black women. In the words of Cynthia G, she got the same black man. I don't think she did as well as the black women because Toya Johnson was married to him, so she got a divorce settlement. And Lauren London, as far as I know, is being paid child support. But Toya Johnson was a childhood sweetheart, and Lauren London has her own means. So she's not out here freeloading. So, she just really got the poor white woman's deal, which is nothing. And I know y'all are up to date on these things. So, Lauren London is not a black woman. She is a black identified biracial. Her mother is black. And I was just wondering about Lauren London's taste in men. She went from Lil Wayne to Nipsey Hussle. She definitely upgraded in my opinion, but there's no accounting for taste. That's all I can say. I don't mean to be critical, but Lil Wayne might be a wonderful guy, but he doesn't come across as being emotionally mature. He was married to his childhood sweetheart or high school sweetheart. And if he wanted to be a married man, he probably would have stayed married to her. Lil Wayne is from New Orleans. He has Southern values, even though he's a rapper and he might be way out there, but he still has Southern values. In the black American community, your expectation is that you live with a woman that you're married to. And if you're not married to that woman, you don't have any real responsibilities toward her. Now, if you have children with her, that's different. but he didn't have children with this woman. So it's entirely possible that he didn't feel responsible for her in any way. And the relationship seems to have run its course, and now he wants her out. But at any rate, it seems like he's going to be sued. He probably won't have to pay out much, but it's just the embarrassment and, the public flogging that these guys get when they get involved with these kind of women and the relationship goes bad. So this is another lesson, and black women can take a victory lap that they dodged this particular bullet, and the manosphere can take this loss because they were wrong. This guy is not a high value man just because he's a rapper and has a lot of money. A high value man has to have character, and he has to have a sense of responsibility to himself, his family, and his community. And this guy doesn't seem to exhibit any of that. So, anyway, another black man is about to be sued, and we can stay tuned to see how it turns out. Okay, thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up and have a good day.